Comrade Clyde, I have a brilliant discovery. I found a way to travel to a place where comrades roam free. They are free people, they are everywhere. It is a beautiful place.
You know, Rasputin, I'm having some second thoughts about this whole communism thing. I'm just not sure if it's really...
Shh, Clyde, I'm trying to focus. You need to think comrade thoughts if you want to transport. Here we go. There we go. We are now in comrade place. Hello. You have hammer and sickle on your weird space armor. Are you two comrades?
Yeah, you know, this just got a lot weirder. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this anymore, Rasputin.
Yes, we are comrades, just like you. As you can see, we fight for camaraderie and communism. Oh, very epic. Those pesky Germans are coming. You guys get weapon. We fight together as comrade.
I don't know how much more of this I can handle.
Hello comrades, it's I, DaleyTactics here, back with Clyde's Rebellion.
However, Clyde's Rebellion has gone to a galaxy far, far away in the future where World War II is happening. They're on Earth, boys. They've teleported to their fellow communist brothers. It's epic! So the Russian Red Army here is holding this little tiny town along with their new comrades from the Grand Army of the Republic, Clyde's Rebellion, against an onslaught of Germans.
The Germans are hitting them very hard. It is going to be a tough battle, but communism tougher.
Here is our boy Rasputin as well as our boy Clyde right there, and it should be a pretty epic battle. The Ruski communist forces have many T-34s, and the Germans have Panzer IVs, Panzer IVHs, a couple of Wirbelwinds, some Stugs. They're pretty kitted out, and they outnumber the Russians, but the Russians have this maze of trenches. Like, this is a huge trench defense. It is going to be extraordinarily difficult for the Germans to take, I have a feeling, or could collapse in mere seconds. I'm not really sure. You never know with these kinds of trench defenses, but either way, the Germans do surround them from both sides, so it will be a doozy of a battle. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed these Clyde's Rebellion videos. They're more goofy and more fun, and that's one of the main reasons I love them so much, because we could just chill and have a good time. Be sure to hit the like button if you do enjoy it. Lets me know that you want to see more. Subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what you'd like to see next. And without further ado, let's get it going. Hey guys, what's going on? DaleyTactics here, and real quick before this video begins, I wanted to let you know about instant gaming. It's something I've talked about quite often on the channel. It's an awesome place to go and get really good deals on video games that you are interested in. They have tons of deals on Star Wars games, like up to 90% off. Men of War Assault Squad 2 is super cheap on here. XCOM 2 is super cheap on here. It's totally legit. I use it myself. Link will be in the description below if you want to go and just peruse, or if you see something you like, feel free to use my link to get it for yourself. So yeah, thank you so much to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for listening to this ad read, and I hope you enjoy the remainder of the video. Okay guys, let's get it going. Comrades! We'll press start in slow-mo here, and watch as these Ruski trenches get overtaken by German army, or Ruski trenches defend against German army, and it is very cool, very epic, and very nice. Yes. Either way, I mean, it looks like they're spotting the Russian trenches, but not really acting on it quite yet. Look, they're like reacting, but not really. Oh, there we go. There's some fire. Oh, the Stug. Oh, oh, oh! That was a Kapuya, but it didn't take it out. And in fact, that T-34 actually responds with some fire of its own. Ooh, impressive stuff, comrades. The German army, it begins its mad dash forward. It looks like these guys are going for the Hail Mary, trying to get into those trenches, in fact, to try and shoot some of these boys. But instead, they're getting shot down pretty aggressively by both laser fire and bullet fire from, of course, Russians as well as clone trooper Soviets. So, you know, I actually don't know how well lightsaber blasters actually hold up against bullets? Like, are they more powerful than bullets, or are they less powerful than bullets? I'd assume in, like, the real world, they're probably more powerful than bullets. Like, if blasters were real and all that stuff, I'd assume they'd be slightly more powerful or something along those lines. But in terms of Men of War, which is, of course, a video game where physics might not necessarily be mega accurate, I think they might be sort of same level. And I wonder how the clone armor holds up against actual bullets too. You know? I remember watching a Geetsley's video a long time ago that was explaining the clone trooper armor and how it wasn't actually necessarily like utilized as armor against blaster fire, but more of like concussion proof armor. So if you get, you know, if you fall in battle or something like that, the armor will you know, protect you from getting concussions or being concussed or breaking things and things like that. It was more like a durable life armor than any sort of, you know, bulletproof vest type of a deal. So I wonder if in this case bullets will be able to penetrate the clone armor pretty effectively. And I mean, it seems like it is. I am seeing a few clones dead here and there, like that guy in the trench right there. So you know, I don't know. I don't know how the communist clones will actually size up against the Germans. It seems like they're doing okay, and I mean, they're taking out a wide number of these German tanks, so that's pretty good. You know, I'm seeing a lot of Panzers going down, boys. Panzers es no mas. No mas, but that Stug, man, it is railing against these Russians, and it, in fact, just took out that T-34. Let's check out the other side of the battlefield over here next to this river. We do have a bit of a river crossing from the German army, and they seem to be performing a lot better than the other boys on the other side of the town. These guys, I think, have a little bit more cover, so it makes their mission a tad bit easier to actually assault right now, and yeah, a lot of their tanks are more alive than the other sides, although they are going down pretty heftily over here on the left side. On the right side they're doing very well, but on the left over here it is a bit more open, and we're seeing a lot more Germans getting kapooyat by some clones and Soviets. So the comrades are holding out very nice, very good, very epic. Of course, it doesn't help the Germans the fact that the Russians have this trench warfare. These trench bunkers can be extraordinarily difficult to topple because it just offers so much cover. Not to mention they have like debris and sandbags on top of the trenches to add almost a second layer of defense there. Not to mention the trenches are sort of stacked and layered on top of each other one after another. So you might take out the first trench, but then there's two more behind it that are still holding out and still defending against the oncoming attackers. So the tier system does make it a little bit more difficult to assault than you would think. This is a pretty tight defense, if we're being completely honest here. But that being said, the first line of trenches has pretty much fallen for the Russians. The communist brothers have lost their foothold. Look, this guy's got a Star Wars binocular and he's a Russian. Clearly he is borrowing equipment from his newfound comrades. Beautiful, epic, very nice. I love it. That looks hilarious. Look, he's got like little stubby arms, like little stubby arms. It's so weird. Oh, the Germans actually making a bit of a bulge over here. You know, they're penetrating in right in the middle, and then sort of, you know, have less penetration over here. It really is like the Battle of the Bulge right now, where they're sort of sweeping in, and then maybe they're gonna peel off to the right and left to try and destroy them. Oh, actually, they're pushing in on the left here pretty easily too, in fact, so maybe that's not the case. These guys equipped with some Gewehr rifles, some NG-32s. They really do have quite the arsenal, this German army. Pretty nice. They're pretty well equipped, but it's nothing compared to the Star Wars arsenal. DC-15As are pretty tough. You know, and the clones did bring a wide variety of weapons. We have some VATR-25, some DC-15As, DC-15Cs, Westar rifles. There might even be a couple of DC-15Xs in there. I believe I did add a few. And there's DC-19s, which are absurdly powerful. Rasputin, he has that comrade down over here. Rasputin, why don't you go ahead and pick up that gun for yourself, buddy? Pick it up. Very nice. Okay, Rasputin is now equipped with weaponry. His comrades are dying around him. He must defend himself and his brothers, his comrades. Oh man, we have a deep penetration over here from the left flank. Look at this, the German army really going ham right now and taking out a wide amount of trenches over this way. They're going to be doing a hard cut to the right pretty soon, I have a feeling, and really messing things up for the clone trooper army here and chopping them down pretty good. This could be a danger zone right now, you know? We've got two sort of areas that are collapsing a little bit for the defenders. The far left over here, and then this middle section over here. The Germans are, in fact, in the trenches now over this way. And those two flanks in conjunction with each other could topple the comrade army. This could be very bad and very not good. Like straight up, this could be pretty trash right now. What gun is that? Some sort of Star Wars blaster this guy picked up. What in the Sam heck? What is that thing? That thing's crazy. What I think might have happened with that is that sometimes weapon files with... Oh no, but it's shooting bullets. Are we sure this is a Star Wars weapon? It looks so Star Wars-y. Come on, that's got to be a Star Wars weapon, right? It almost looks like an MP40, but with like sci-fi touches to it. Oh, well, now he's dead. What I think might have happened with that is sometimes guns with the same name, if they conflict with each other, the game will just pick one of the gun models and use that, and the other one just gets tossed. So maybe that was supposed to be like a PPSH-1 or something along. Oh well, we've seen PPSH-1, so I don't know what that could be, but perhaps it was some historical weapon and it had the same name as one of the Star Wars Galaxy of War weapons, and therefore it got replaced or something along those lines. Whenever you're doing like cross-mod gameplay, it gets a little funky. That's one of the reasons why I had to stop doing Halo versus Star Wars, because the two mods stopped being compatible with each other, which is actually kind of a massive bummer, because that would have been so cool to be able to do more Halo versus Star Wars mod. That would have been pretty sick. But yeah, the compatibility of the two mods just wasn't there, and they kept on crashing each other with certain entities and stuff like that. So it really gets a little bit hairy when you start doing that. It gets tough. It's tough out here. Either way, the Germans actually going deep in over the far left over this way. Many of the front-facing bunkers having to turn around and respond to the current Wehrmacht army threat. This is not good. Not good at all. At the very least, the Germans have no more tanks left alive, so that certainly makes things at least slightly easier for the defenders, but I believe the defenders also don't have any tanks alive. So this tank is dead. Is this one alive? Wait. Oh, it looks like it took some beefy shots right there. Oh, it's actually still alive, though. Oh, its top turret is completely destroyed, so it might be alive, and maybe it's like front gun right there, right there, might work, but it could not at the same time. So it's basically quote-unquote alive, but a sitting duck with no defenses, you know? This tank right over here that was defending Clyde and the Rasputin is dead as well. What else we got? Well, oh, this one's alive. This one's fully functional. This T-34 is the only surviving Russian tank currently, basically. Yeah. Was this a snowman? No! This is The Germans toppled the Russian snowman. This is unforgivable right here, guys. This is the line. You know what? We were at war with the Germans before, but now we're really at war. We will punish them for this. This is just unforgivable, dude. Not cool, dude. Not cool. I am not a fan of this. That is wrong. That is wrong. They killed the snowman. Snowby, how could you do this? It's so rude. Truly unforgivable. I genuinely am shooketh by this. Alright, if we look at the mini-map right now, blue are the surviving Soviet forces, and the red are the German forces. Slowly but surely, the Germans are creeping in there, but you can see that the blue line there at the top left is still pretty strong. There's still a solid number of troopers there holding out. So the Germans are going to have to do some pretty big and beefy pushes here if they want to secure victory. And they're going to have to, you know, minimize losses as much as possible, because in all truthfulness, right now, the Russians and the Germans probably are equivalent in numbers. And, you know, that's not a great way to be assaulting. If you're equivalent in numbers, your risk factor of losing goes way up because, in general, when you're attacking, you should have way more troopers than the defenders. So, the Germans are certainly in a tough spot. It does not mean that they will necessarily, you know, lose. They could easily still win this thing. But, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be a little tricky. We got to admit that. We got to admit. Ooh, we got an STG trooper over here. Probably the most powerful German weapon, well, infantry weapon in all of World War II. I mean, this thing was revolutionary. You know, one of the first actual assault rifles. The thing could seriously kick some butt. And I think it has been kicking some butt against the clones right now. There are many a dead clone comrade on the ground. It is very sad, very not epic. Oh, here's some more of those funky weapon dudes. These look so trippy, dude. They really do look like the butt of an MP40, like a German MP40. And then the front is like a Han Solo blaster or something like that. So bizarre, but it does shoot bullets, right? I think we figured that out, yeah? It does shoot bullets? Yeah, it shoots bullets. What's it called? DT-29. Is that a real Star Wars rifle? Wait, I'm Googling on my phone right now. Let us see. What is happening? What is this? DT-29... Star Wars rifle. DT-29 heavy blaster pistol. Oh yeah, it really looks like that too. Interesting. It does say blaster pistol on it though, so I wonder if it's shooting bullets is incorrect. Oh, you know what it is? There's the German machine gun, which is called the DT-29. So I bet that guy is and yeah, he's got like bandoliers around him too. So I bet that guy is supposed to be a German machine gunner. However, both weapons are called the DT-29. So for whatever reason, the game decided to revert to the Star Wars DT-29 instead of the Russian DT-29. It all makes sense now. That's funny. No, that's funny. Now that's funny. Alright, that's actually kind of interesting, to be completely honest. Okay. The German assault is kind of slowing down a little bit here, so we're going to go by the rules of the road, baby. And we are going to squad up the last remaining troopers here. And that way, they will work in conjunction with each other instead of as solo units. And it sort of helps the battle along a little bit there. Man, that T-34 just took a beastly shot at those Germans right there. Wow. Wowza. Okay, that thing is like really the saving grace of the Russian army right now. That thing is saving some lives for the Russians. It is definitely biting off a lot of German heads right now. We actually have a very, very large amount of Germans right over here hiding behind this house. There's still quite a number of Germans left alive. I'm actually pretty impressed. However, they have been stalled out, you know. They were starting to roll. They were starting to get their Blitzkrieg on and really tackle these trenches and wipe them out one by one. Sorry, my squeaky chair today. It's so squeaky. I don't... Ah! I'm like a child. I keep getting distracted. Yeah, the Germans were really starting to sort of just roll the Russian defenders. However, after a bit of time there, the Russian defenders managed to, you know, they got their footing and they started to fight back a little bit better, to the point where now they actually hold some ground that I think they can defend well and prevent German attacks from really penetrating through in the long run. I think this will end up being profitable for the Russians. Oh, this is a cool screenshot right here. I probably won't use it for the thumbnail, but it just looks cool. Yeah, I think the Russians will probably have you know, an easier time from now on defending since they got that foothold under control. They set up some choke points where they can sort of feed the Germans through and make sure they continue to get butchered. And the Germans aren't really, you know, adapting to do anything about it. They're not trying to find any new routes. They're not really launching any major offensives or anything like that. So, in all truthfulness, I think the Russians might have this, boys. The Russians might be able to cop a nice little victory here. Ooh. We do have a lot of movement right now. If I were the Russians, maybe just launch a bazooka shot right into this building, destroy the building outright. That will expose all of these German soldiers right here, and then mow them down with your machine guns. You know? I mean, clearly there is a bazooka trooper right there. It's possible. Just give them one little shot right there. One little massive shot, and you could topple them over. I don't know what that bazooka is actually firing at. Ooh, that was a really good shot. That killed a number of Germans right there. What are you shooting at, dude? Shooting at these guys? I'm a little confused. I don't know what that guy's going for. These three little musketeers over here have been alive for a very long time. This Mosin Nagant trooper, and then a VATR trooper and a DC-15A trooper, all pretty long-range rifles. So these guys have been able to sort of hold back the German advance for quite a while. Oh no! Right as I say that, the VATR trooper does go down. Oh, this Russian has 0 kills. Oh, he went down too. And this Comrade clone trooper has 0 kills as well. So apparently they weren't doing that much, but I did notice that they were alive for a very long time. How many kills does this bazooka trooper have? 11! That's pretty impressive. That's actually pretty impressive. Nice job, dude. Nice job indeed. Alright. Well, things are slowing down once again. Oh, we got a bit of a German assault over this way. Oh, they're working really in conjunction with each other. Look at that. Look at that fire rate. Look at that. Look at that firing squad right there. We got some STGs. We got some Gevers. We got some Kar 98Ks. This is a dream team if I've ever seen one, lads. These guys are working like champs. Like absolute champs. Way to go. Way to go, boys. Impressive stuff. Impressive stuff. We got a PPSH. Fire in the way over here. Good job, comrades. Love to see. Very nice. Very epic. Very cool. Alright, the battle is sort of slowing down, so here's what we're going to do. I think we should go ahead and, yeah, the Germans have extremely low numbers now, so I think their only hope is to do a massive Blitzkrieg charge right now on all fronts of the war, try and topple this current Russian position. And this will be sort of the last hurrah of the German army. If they manage to get a foothold and continue this battle, good for them, and we will watch with great interest at their careers. However, if they do manage to fail and you know, they don't manage to get a foothold and they start losing their positions once again, then that will be the end of the battle. Okay, either way, here we go. The mad German dash forward. Let's see it. They're actually making some progress here. They're getting into the trenches over here and getting a lot of fire off. Looks like our boy Rasputin and Clyde over here are actually having to get into some danger right now. Oh, yeah, the Germans are actually making some progress here. More than I ever would have thought they would make. Oh, this squad over here got toppled almost immediately. It looks like they went into a hard line of Russian bullets right there. That's brutal. I think this T-34 also just had some extreme destructive power on the far left. Let's see, a couple of Germans still alive over here. Ooh, but they're getting hit by some sort of explosives. I'm assuming maybe clone bazooka fire or something like that. So the last sort of remaining German assault is over here. Let's get the last of these Germans forward, and we'll watch as they slowly collapse. Yeah, this is it. The writing was on the wall for the German army for the past few minutes now, I would say. They definitely lost too many troopers. They weren't able to clutch it, really. And the Russians really were able to clutch it, you know? The Russians ended up beasting it out. I actually kind of want to try Ramboing one of these German soldiers. I think that'd be kind of fun. Oh my god. The second you walk out, you're shot from here, here, and over here. That is insane. Okay, there's no Ramboing possible. There's no Ramboing possible. Alright, let's sound the retreat. Sound the retreat for the last 6 German soldiers. Actually, literally, there are like 6 German soldiers left alive. Sound the retreat, comrades. Get back, get back. We're on the way. Yeah, we got 6 over here and 2 over here. Alright, the Russians managed to cop a nice little victory here, but at a pretty great cost. The comrades took a lot of losses. Yellow are dead clone trooper comrades and Russian comrades. And the red are the dead Germans. I mean, the Germans pushed very far into the city, here and over here, but just didn't really manage to make the final blow. And there are still a lot of communists left alive. So a really good victory for the communist forces, and a start to a beautiful, beautiful friendship between Clyde's rebellion and the Ruskies. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope you did enjoy. Comment down below what you'd like to see next. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to like the video. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.